So when you plan something on a serious, very serious nature, planning by the four areas of your being, it has to be beyond death. Among our Diné, everything being based on a sacred number 4, we have the traditional teaching about planning. The first thing is thinking, which is to the direction east. South is the planning. West is life. And then the fourth one is to the north of hope or faith. The planning idea to the south is called the Nahata, which means planning. And it's very important for us to understand that the first and most important thing that the Diné say that we must do is to think. And then based on our thinking ability, we plan. And so the planning sometimes was referred to as Nahata. And so today, that short version is Nahata. But the thing is that whatever you do, you have to give thought to, and a well thought out plan is the intent. And the idea of planning something is also something that we must remember is that whatever it is in life that is planned, somebody has already done it, and that they made a footprint. Kek'e is what they call it. Kek'e is to say that footprint. So there are many ways to do different things, but planning part is that there's already someone that has done it, and so you just put your foot right where they had placed their foot, and then you execute what you were planning. And there's many things that are taken into consideration when planning, but mainly the 4 areas of our being: the spiritual planning, emotional planning, mental planning, and physical planning. And each of those, we must include all 4 of those whenever we plan something. And it is that to plan something spiritual without including the emotion and the mental and the physical is not that good. So when we plan something, we must include the 4 areas of our being. And the things that we plan here in the third world, it should not be just in this world. We are told that we have to plan beyond. Its intent also is to plan something beyond this life. So when you plan something on a serious, very serious nature, planning by the 4 areas of your being, it has to be beyond death. And it is that we cannot plan something really serious without including that particular life extension, or the extension of life as we understand it. And so when you plan something, especially for your family, it is that you plan beyond this life. And it is that it is very serious to understand that that planning beyond this life has to include the spirit, the emotion, the mind, and the physical form. When we plan things spiritual, we must always require the sacredness of everything that we do, and that we are descendant of the holy people, and that we are their children. And so it is that we must have it as spiritual planning. And then when we do emotional planning, we have to understand that the that it must be an honest effort of planning. So it is that you plan very carefully for your family, your children, and have that emotional intent, that emotional feelings and that you must give to your planning. And then finally, the mental part is the thinking, the whole thought-out plan, and to give it your very best efforts in your thinking to plan whatever it is that you want to do. And then finally, the physical self is that when planning these things, it's going to take some time, so you have to be aware of your physical limitations and completely your physical capability. And the way that you do that, in most cases, is to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself physically able to do the things that you need to do that are part of your plan, and to be able to do it physically. And so those are the areas of our being that we must work at to do the things that we need to do when we plan. And so those are the things that we are told.
my shop and